Hello and welcome back to another video from
Real English
with
Real Teachers.
real teachers.
Today we've got a good one. We are going to tell you how to call people from loads of different cities in the UK. If you've ever wondered what people are called in places like London or Bristol or Manchester or Newcastle, we've got it covered for you. We've got plenty more as well. So without further ado, let's get into it, Harry.
Okay, so this first place, very important city in the UK. Lots of bands are from here. The Beatles are from here. So it's an important one. If you're learning English, you need to know how to call people from this city. Have you ever been to Liverpool, Charlie?
I have, yeah. When I was a little boy, I went to Liverpool and I even went round the football stadium. The demonym of Liverpool is a Liverpudlian or
a Scouser. I'd say Scouser is probably more common, isn't it?
let's put a comment on, and this is apparently a typical thing that a Liverpudlian or Scouser might say. Harry, do you want to give it a go first?
I'm just popping down Anfield to watch the Reds play. I'm just popping down Anfield to watch the Reds play.
That's pretty good. I don't think I could do better. I'm just popping down Anfield to watch the Reds play.
I like that. That was very good.
But before we go any further, I'd like to say that this video has been sponsored by italki, a website for language learners to find their perfect online tutor. With over 5,000 tutors listed on the website, there's no doubt you're going to find one. You're going to find one that you like, aren't you? And you can have it anytime, anywhere, as long as you've got an internet connection. And you can even find some incredibly affordable community tutors that will allow you to keep your speaking practice up, to not lose what you've just learned. And of course, Harry and I are on this platform. So if you wanted a one-to-one class with us over the other 1,719 other native English teachers listed, then be our guest. So check out our link in the description box below after this video that will enable you to get $10 worth of italki credits after your first lesson purchase. So we hope that benefits you, but let's get back to the video.
Okay, so this is a really cool city in the north of England, Manchester. Again, an important place for British culture. It's one of the biggest cities in the country. I think it's the third biggest city. Big university. And there's lots of very famous bands from there, like Oasis. So it's an important one to say right. How do we call people from there?
We call them Mancunian. Thank you, Harry.
Okay, so Mancunians, they don't say chewing gum. They've got their own word for this, and they call it chuddy. I guess because it sounds a bit like chew. Charlie, do you want to give this one a go?
I don't think I can do this a good job, but I'll give it a go. You want a chuddy?
That sounds alright. It definitely sounds northern. Definitely sounds
chuddy?
northern.
Maybe.
Yeah, I love a chuddy, mate. Yeah, you got some.
All right, so the next one is London, and it's a Londoner. It's pretty straightforward, easy to remember, so you're okay on this one. I suppose if you wanted to go east, it would be a Cockney, but yeah, Londoner. And there's a song, isn't there, Harry? Can you think of it?
Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner.
But I love London so. There we go.
Very good. All right. And we're kind of Londoners, aren't we? Almost.
Yeah, this is very broadly used. I'm not technically, and Harry is not. He's a Bedfordian. He's from Bedford. And I'm I don't know what I'm. A Guilfordian? I don't know what I am.
Sometimes people from a certain place, they don't really identify with that place, and therefore they're not going to refer to themselves as that. But if you're a Londoner, you're from London, you tend to be very proud of being from there. So you would say, we are Londoners. Like my parents would say, they are Londoners. But then
would they?
I think people from Manchester would also say, I'm Mancunian. They're proud to be from there. So, the next one, really cool city, which I've actually never been to, so I don't know if it's cool, but I've heard very good reviews about this place. And it's Edinburgh. Edinburgh. And this is one that I always hear my students say wrong, especially Spanish people. They tend to say Edinburgh.
But the person is called, as we would say, Edinburghers. An Edinburgher. An Edinburgher. But a Scottish would probably say it a bit different. How would they say it, Harry?
Edinburgh. I'm an Edinburgher.
I'm an Edinburgher.
Edinburgh. I'm an Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. And the reason that we've got the next one is because locals might use this one. And it refers to the original name of Edinburgh, which is Dunedin. So they would be Dunedians. Dunedians. So the next one is from Glasgow, and we call them a
Glaswegian. Or a Ouija. And a typical thing that you might say in Glasgow is you might want a whiskey, and a small measure of whiskey in Scotland is called a dram, and wee means little. So, I'd like a wee dram, please. I'd like a wee dram.
That was excellent, even though I can't verify. Yeah, okay.
The next one, Bristol. This is a very important city. This is where Banksy is from, the street artist. And if you're from Bristol, like Banksy, you are a Bristolian. A Bristolian. There you go.
Bristolian, yeah. And the accent is quite farmerish, isn't it? All right, me lover. Okay, next one's a bit of a surprise. Okay, so you probably know of Oxford, of course, the university, and there is a place. So people would also be known as people from Oxford, and most people get it wrong. They say Oxfordian, but it's actually Oxonian. Oxonian. Yeah. And then there's also another term which combines Cambridge, which is Oxbridge, or the other way is Cameford. Cameford, yeah.
Cameford.
So it's a blend of both universities, because most people separate them as the pinnacle, the best universities in England. So you could say, oh, I'm an Oxbridge graduate, or I'm a Cameford graduate. Or I'm a Cameford graduate.
Graduate. Okay, and so if you are a Baneford graduate, a Cambridge, an Oxbridge graduate, that just means you went to one of the two, but you're not specifying.
One of the two. No, which is strange because there's probably a huge rivalry between the two. So you'd probably want to say, I'm definitely not from the other one.
Okay, nice.
So
interesting facts. And now, talking of Cambridge, we'll go on to the next one, which is Cambridge, a lovely city. I go there a lot. I only live about an hour away from there. And this one really surprised me, actually. I would think it's maybe Cambridgians or something like that. But it's very different. It's actually Cantabrigian. So if you're from Cambridge, you are a Cantabrigian. I've never heard this one, so it makes me think it's not very commonly used.
No, me neither. So yeah, it's something to point out to you guys. Some of these places, some of these demonyms aren't used. So Londoner, really common. Manc, Brummie, Liverpudlian, Glaswegian, Ouija, yeah, Bristolian, all of them pretty much. But Oxonian and Cantabrigian, probably not very common.
No, but maybe if you are an Oxonian or a Cantabrigian, you're watching this and you disagree, please tell us in the comments. Or if you know a Cantabrigian or an Oxonian, then please ask them for us and let us know.
All right, so the next one is going over to a place that we love. We do immersion or residential courses there, and we've fallen in love with the place, and especially a village nearby. The place is Brighton, down on the south coast. Good old Brighton. And what do we call them?
A person from Brighton is called a Brightonian. A Brightonian. So the stress is a bit different. to the city itself. So Brighton, stress the first syllable, and then Brightonian. So we just change the stress. And I think this is one that people would use, Brightonian.
So. Yeah, sometimes not. I'd say I'm on the fence with this one.
Okay, so people from Yorkshire are called Yorkers. So he is a Yorker, they are Yorkers. We could also call them Old Yorkers or Yorkies. He is a Yorkie.
Bath. People from Bath are Bathonians.
Someone from Portsmouth is called a Pompey. A Pompey. This one sounds very familiar. I think people use this quite a lot. He's a Pompey.
I was just getting confused with Pommy. Yeah, Pompey. Okay, so moving on from Portsmouth, staying south, we've got great geography. In Cornwall, people can be called Cornish. Can be known as Cornish people. A lot of people think of the food because they've got a tasty delight, a Cornish pasty. But yeah, people are also called Cornish.
So, if you are from Canterbury, then you are called a Cantuarian. A Cantuarian, which is a funny sounding one, isn't it, Charlie?
A very funny sounding one. Again, we wouldn't use this. We didn't know it before we searched it. So you probably don't need to go around calling somebody from Canterbury a Cantuarian. But yeah, good to know when not to use it. Okay,
Wow.
So because you've got here, we feel like we should reward you. So we're going to very quickly summarise the ones that we think are real English. So that is Liverpudlian,
A Scouser.
Manc or Mancunian, Londoner or East London, Cockney, Edinburgh or Edinburgh, Brummie, alright bab, Brummie, Glaswegian, Ouija, maybe, Bristolian, Brightonian, a Yorkie, Pompey, yes, and probably Cornish, but mainly Cornish pasty.
So, I hope you've enjoyed that, guys.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram to get more day-to-day posts and stories helping you learn English in more dynamic and interactive ways.
Use them, enjoy them, educate with them. And give this video a like. Remember to watch our other videos as well. And subscribe and click that bell so you're reminded when we release new content. It's been a lot of fun. Hope you've enjoyed it. See you again soon.